Alright, so I got a new phone. Yay, finally. My old one was fucked. Anyway, I'm gonna have to play with this one. First out of the shower, as you can see. Trimmed up. Sorry, still no teeth. Call me toothless like the dragon. Anyway, so I read something the other day. And it said, I forgive you for treating me the way you felt about yourself. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty profound, deep statement. Me being the person I am, I got all introspective with it, and I flipped the script. I started thinking about self-forgiveness, which is one of the areas I struggle with and have for many, many years. And so I applied that statement to myself, forgiving myself for treating people the way I felt about them. And say that to yourself a few times. I forgive myself for treating you the way I felt about me. The realization or key epiphany, as it were, that opened up was, it was another layer to the self-sabotaging behavior that myself and many people I know suffer from. You know, and I started to realize that a lot of the relationships I had gotten into and a lot of the people that I attract, or am attracted to, I should say, represent, as people are mirrors anyway, it represents some type of behavior that I both liked and disliked in myself, or a combination of all of that. Because I was seeking some kind of external healing for the behaviors that I didn't like in myself. This is, in essence, kind of what addictive codependency is, or codependent natures in addiction, I should say. It, of course, breaks down even further to essentially the same thing that most substance abuse addiction people have, and that is a self-worth and self-love issue. They don't feel worthy of, in my experience, the love of the divine, or they don't believe in it, or they don't feel worthy of the love of their parents or people around them, or whatever it is. Ultimately, they don't feel worthy of their own self-love, in my experience, having talked to many, many, many addicts, and being an ex-addict myself. It's a very profound layer. It was a very profound realization. Seeing how the saying, as within, so without, truly plays out in one's life and in the patterns of people and relationships and behavior that I have displayed and experienced through most of my life. To varying degrees, of course. But yeah, it was a big key to unlocking another layer of the self-forgiveness conundrum, quandary. Having the willingness to forgive myself for treating others how I felt about me.